for everybody, and we're also working on switching off analogical TV for everybody to switch to digital TV. That's part of my job today, and the other big part of my job those days is working on what we call the grand emprunt. What do you say that in English?
Loan.
Well, it's not exactly a loan. It's in fact investment for future. We're working on what are the good ideas for investing for future, with the idea to put a certain number of billions euros on.
Wait, 4 billion euros?
Yes.
That's for the people in the room?
4 billion euros.
Well, 4 billion euros for digital economy is the proposition of the Commission.
That's what you're fighting to get.
Yes.
And how will it be used? How can the people in this room get 4 billion euros?
This is translation, by the way. I love it. Thomas is doing translation. Did you notice?
Well, individually, I take no engagement of any sort. In fact,
it's just between us. Nobody is listening.
In fact, this is 4 billion euros is a proposition made by a commission, and President Sarkozy has to confirm next week and say exactly what he would like this money to be oriented to. The idea is to invest a part for broadband access, might be 2 billion euros.
So to have more, because France is already well known as a country which has great internet access.
This is to grow access. France is one of the best countries in Europe for internet access. This is partly due to our tradition in public investment, because public investment is leading the development of this infrastructure, and the idea there is to put little public money, well, little 2 billion public money, to lead private investment again. So this will be mainly private investment, but the 2 billion euros will be used to do sort of an effet de levier.
Effet de levier. Leverage.
Yes, leverage. So part of this money I said for broadband access, and I'm fighting very much to have not the whole money for broadband access, because I think broadband access is part of it, but digital economy is also creating jobs, creating new practices around the internet like teletravail.
Remote
working so in rural areas. So it's helping develop the internet in the rural areas of France.
Then not only, I mean, teletravail is also a practice. It's changing society. My idea is not just to put the money on broadband access, but put the money on everything that is changing society using the internet. I don't feel I'm just the Minister for Digital Economy. I feel I'm the Minister for Digital Society. Or I'm trying to at least.
The digital society is out here in front of you.
I mean, I have to say publicly that I think you're very, very cool as a minister. See, you speak. Your team tells me, no, we're going to do it in French, and you do it in English. You know, it's really cool. So very exciting. So how, if I'm a startup in this room, French, right? Can they, if you're not, well, actually they could create a company here, I guess.
Not necessarily French. I mean, this year, not waiting for these billion euros, we already had some money from the, what else, how you say that?
Can say it in
the relance, plan de relance,
the recovery plan.
Yeah, the recovery plan. There's some money for the recovery plan, and I also tried to have some money on the broadband then, and some money on internet society practices and so on. And this money we invested on new practices and new tendencies on the internet. For example, we put money on serious gaming. We put money. Serious gaming.
Serious gaming.
Yeah, using the technologies for from gaming to serious purposes.
Okay.
Like developing information, things like that. We put money also on the Web 2.0 technologies. We put money on...
Wait, what is that? We put money on Web2 technology, because they will be, very interested. So how can we...
This is something we did in July and August.
Oh, so that's done.
And now this is done. We had 100 projects, and that was 400 companies, because we asked companies to associate themselves. 400 companies that benefited from this money to develop projects. Our idea is recovery plan is intended to help people pass the crisis, but also to prepare for the future. And the future is partly with the digital economy, and especially in some segment of the digital economy that are key for the future. For example, if I come back to serious gaming is in the world nearly $10 billion, and in France only a few millions. Why?
So how do you fix that?
Well, and the problem is, we are very good at gaming in France. We have 3 companies out of the 10 biggest in the world, but we are not involved in serious gaming. So serious gaming is developing very quickly in the world. One of the reasons is the leaders are in the States because of a big investment, especially in the American army, in the serious gaming. American army is using serious gaming to...
simulate?
Not to simulate, to recruit.
Oh, wow.
Also. So there are historical and cultural reasons why we're not good at that, but we recognize this is future development, this is key for the future development of gaming business, and so we put a little money on projects, and we ask small companies to present their projects. We favor very much small companies' projects.
And then you give them checks.
And then we give money.
But you get shares for that.
Yeah, you become an investor.
You don't become an investor.
No, this is pure subvention. This was pure subventions. This was really gifts on projects that we feel are helping develop new businesses.
What about mobile